looks for Wolf Motorsport, and then we've got that gap back to third position. Expect to see that close up before too long. Currently running there is the 12 car, where they started Pro-Am Racing, just keeping themselves nice and calm as we ascend the mountain and disappear into the trees for that fast-flowing and quite scary section where they'll curve their way, generally just a little bit downhill by the time you reach the hairpin. The road falls away from you, get on the power out the other side, try not to spin up the front, and across the line to lead lap one of many is Milne Air, ahead of Wolf Motorsport and then Pro-Am Racing. Burton Power, they are fourth, and they head what is essentially the entire rest of the field.
Yeah, so coming back through turn one at Coppice and then the almost double right-hander at Charlie's. The top two remain as they are, however, by the looks of it, Milne Air Racing slowly starting to pull away from Wolf Motorsport, and that could be Wolf Motorsport actually dropping back slowly into the clutches of car number 12 Pro-Am Racing. Leading the field thereafter is car number 3 Wingat Racing, who's gone from 7th right the way up to 4th after just one lap. Burton Power, who started in 4th, now in 5th, trying to mount a challenge slightly further back. Everyone's just being nice and patient. Semprini Juniors trying to carve their way up and through the order. That one's past MGM Racing down the park straight. They give it a go. They're on the inside. Obviously, they're not. They haven't really got so much of an aerodynamic advantage like you mentioned whilst they're sat in the draft. There's a great battle a little bit further down into the mid-pack. The top three very equidistantly spread. Much quicker through the gooseneck is Wolf Motorsport. So they dive into Mansfield. You can see the cars squirming away on the ABS in desperation to get the car slowed down. And everyone thereafter, little looks up the inside, just filling the mirrors, a little lock up further back as well. That was from K&F Racing, so they're pushing hard in the early stages of the race. Leaders back towards you.
They are indeed. Wolf Motorsport now traversing back towards the leader, so it's ebbing and flowing. Burton Power not having a good lap of it. They've dropped at least 3, maybe 4 positions by the time they come back into my sight. People who did have a good first lap, on the other hand, Graves Motorsport, we mentioned them starting 21st. They were already up to 17th by the end of the first lap, and they are looking to make yet more progress as they come up the mountain behind the G&B Finch car. That G&B car started 10th, so Graves making brilliant progress as they attack the top of the circuit, the whole bend, down the other side at the hairpin, and the leader back round to complete lap number 2. Good from Milne Air, under control, calm. You can't ask for much more at this stage.
No, you can't. That's exactly the way you want to start the race. However, somebody that clearly hasn't started the race too well is car number 180, Shine Automotive. Whereabouts did they start? I can't see. They started 24th. They just come past me now, so clearly some sort of an issue on the first lap of the race. That's dropped them right the way down the order, and in a few laps' time, you never know, they might already be put a lap down by car number 46 of Milne Air Racing. Top 3 back past me in the same order they left. Car number 3 remains in 4th place, Wingat Racing. Whereabouts has Burton Power gone? They've dropped back a couple of places and already under pressure from losing another. This time it's from the 3 Amigos, one of the cars you need to watch. Very, very quick in qualifying. At the pointy end throughout the first half, first 3 quarters of the session, and then everybody slowly started to gather some late improvements which just dropped them down the order. However, for the moment, they will remain in what is 8th place and try and push forward back through and past the Burton Power machine. The leaders come through the gooseneck, again very equidistantly spread. However, this time, Wolf Motorsport very sideways, almost dipping a wheel onto the grass. Somebody a little bit further back doing the same. Everything's under control, just about. That was the 747 of Law Motorsport, currently in 6th place, with that being Duncan Macbeth behind the wheel. But the driver's pushing hard. They've got a bit of temperature into the tyres, a bit of temperature into the brakes, and you're now seeing that in the body language of the cars.
And interestingly, we're not getting that usual sort of big front group that we get. We've actually got 3, then 3, then what would normally be that front group. Good battle developing here between Race Logic and Burton Power. Those two very used to fighting each other, normally a little bit higher than the edges of the top 10 where they are right now, alongside actually both Autotech Motorsport cars as well. So a number of front runners, not quite where they would want to be at this stage. Leader is down out of the hairpin, down the hill and across the line once more. And I think, if anything, there's a good push coming in here from the Lucas Oil machine. The number 3 car, closing up all the time. That's Wingat Racing. A good lap from them. And I'm once again talking absolute nonsense because they've dropped half a second more. But the end of the lap, definitely better than the first half. Here comes Graves Motorsport. They're through on KNF, which moves them a long way up the order. That'll put them in at least 12th position. But KNF looks very, very slow in this straight, Jack. See what it looks like round there.
Yeah, wait for them to reappear once again. Whereabouts are they? They seem to be just about fending off any attention from behind, still pushing forward ever further are the three Amigos. They've managed to pick up another place on that lap. Car number 125, currently in the hands of Adam Reed, continuing to chip away at the cars ahead. The mid-pack order is pretty much the very tail end of the order. There's some brilliant battles, notably between car number 2, car number 60 and car number 88. Car number 88 being Camel Racing, 60 being Tango and Crash, and car number 2, the amendments program, NJM Racing. Who is behind the wheel of that car? That will be David Murphy, who is having a great little battle further down the order. However, continuing to push forward, LAR Motorsport, after a bit of a moment on the lap prior, they're coming back towards you now with the leaders. LAR Motorsport currently sat in what is 6th place, all the way over the tail of Wingat Racing, who have had a cracking start to the race.
They have indeed, and LAR just looking to make that little bit more progress. Actually, there was a little show of the nose to the inside, where she twists left, then back to the right before the mountain, as they girl up that one. I'm sure that in a Ford car is firstly quite hard work, and secondly, I bet you feel quite small as you reach the huge gradient that ascends towards the very, very highest point on the circuit. Back down the other side they come, Graves Motorsport. Now they've got a little bit of clean air, so we'll get a chance to see their pace now as they attempt to get themselves from where they were in very much the mid-pack towards that front group. The leaders come across the line. They are 1, 2, 3, and then a small gap, 4, 5, 6. Actually not that long before you see the 7th place car of 3 Amigos. So 3 Amigos settling into a rhythm and trying to hold themselves back up towards the front.
Yeah, they've definitely got the pace to do it. They showed that in qualifying. They've just got to manage that pace throughout the race. Now, I would say they're getting quicker. They're still losing time to the leader, Shine Automotive, who are under pressure from becoming a lap down. They are slowly starting to pick up the pace, getting ever more comfortable in that car. However,